I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? Good morning. It's your man's Uncle Freezy. How y'all today? Good, good. Let me get this screen right. Trying to get this screen. There we go. There we go. What's good, party people in the place to be? How y'all doing this morning? Good. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. So we got a game. I'm excited. Boy, if we mess around and go 3-0, man, listen. Man, listen. You talking about the classic overreaction? Yeah, and I overreact. I ain't gonna lie. I will overreact. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know I'm gonna overreact. Julian Blum. What's good? Fabian Williams is in the building. Otherwise, what's good? Pudge Nice. What's good? Andrew Collegier is in the building. What's good? I see you. I see you. Man, yeah, y'all smash that like button, man. Support your family. Smash that like button. Support your family, man. We doing this for each other. You know what I mean? We doing this for each other. And salute to the mods. What's good? What's good? How y'all this morning? Listen, man. I be having like a whole bunch of show titles and stuff. And sometimes I know I will overdo it. Listen, sometimes I know I will overdo it. But listen. How did we get here? How did we get here, man? Cause 3 seasons ago, man, listen. 3 seasons ago, we was like, yo, I don't know who should be starting. Moutier, Trey Burke, or Frank Ntilikina. Y'all remember that? Hey, I'm gonna wait for just a second. Okay. All right. CWC was good. But listen, 3 seasons ago, right? 3 seasons ago, we were like, man, hey, man, you know, Moutier might turn out to be something. Frank just need playing time, man. Frank need more time. Trey Burke will be all right. Y'all remember that? All we need is a 2-guard, man. Damian Dotson, man, he gonna be straight. Damian Dotson just need to stay healthy. This is 3 seasons ago, right? Oh, Wacko Knicks fanatic. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity, man. Wacko Knicks fanatic. Thank you for your generosity, man. That's dope. Let me put it up here. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I appreciate that generosity, man. And also, when you put your super chat up here, like when you do the super chat or whatever, bro, the chat go by so fast that when you do the super chat, I can see it, man, and I just jump right on it and read it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the chat just go by so fast, the conversation move at a pace. You know what I mean? Bodega Wi-Fi was good. The dopest name on YouTube. Bodega Wi-Fi. The dopest name on YouTube, bro. That's dope. That's dope. Oh, geez, the Cash App. Let me find it, bro. I be having no lie, man. I have so much. Where is it? Oh, it's $ Blorange Tears spelled out. So it's $ Blorange Tears. And I appreciate y'all generosity. Oh, let me tell you. I'm gonna get back to a point, right? I want to get back to a point. But look, I want to tell y'all something, man. So thank you. So y'all have been so generous with like super chats and cash apps and stuff that I finally was able to get a mixer. So I got a mixer on the way. It should be here tomorrow. And y'all know what that means, right? Somebody in the chat, take a wild guess what me having a mixer means. Somebody take a guess what me having a mixer means. Come on, man, y'all gotta hurry up because I can't hold it. I already want to tell you. Well, better audio, yeah. Better audio, yes. Julian Blunt, better audio for sure. But it means live telephone calls. Live telephone calls. Phone line. That's right. So for those that don't like being in the video chat, you have a telephone number that you can call. Right? Right? So that's gonna be it. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm excited about it, about having people call into the show. Like, hey, thank you for calling Blorange Tears, man. What's your name? Where you calling from? Yo, Uncle Freezy, man. Yo, this your man's, Krabby Knuckles from Red Hook. I just want to say that Kevin Knox ain't get a fair shot. First time caller, long time listener. I'll hang up and let y'all chop it up. Yeah, phone line. A phone line. So the mixer be here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be dope. Infamous New King was good. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So the mixer will be here tomorrow. Got a new camera, a 4K joint coming tomorrow. I'm excited. Ordered that stuff yesterday. Man, I'm excited for the upgrade in tech, and it's all because of y'all generosity and stuff, trying, helping the channel grow. You know what I'm saying? So thank you to y'all for basically we're helping ourselves grow. You know what I'm saying? Jason Madden, what's good? Juju 92, what's good? What's good, Playboy? What's good? So the phone line will be in tomorrow. I'll probably need a day to tinker around with it. And then from there, live phone calls. So it'll probably be Friday morning for live phone calls. I'm excited. I'm excited about that. Right. But getting back to the topic though, and before I jump on that, I'm thank you for y'all generosity, man. You know, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying, helping us, you know what I'm saying, grow this thing, because at the end of the day, we're trying to provide content that's dope for y'all. Subliminal 209. Man, I sent you a text message. Sub, you don't respond to text messages no more? You got your people responding to your text messages for you? Yeah, man. So I'm excited about that. But let me get on this topic real quick. Hey, so Julian Blum, yeah, I'll be here for the game. Trust. I'll be right here for the game. Doing a watch along. Oh, you just text me back? Okay, I'll check it. Quiet money. What's good? So I want to ask. Well, I asked myself, right? I asked myself, how did we get here? How did this New York Knicks franchise go from the worst record in the NBA, praying for Zion, to a team that is made the playoffs comfortably? Right? We went from being a think about this. Hey, Rod Tucker, what's good? So think about this. The New Orleans Pelicans get the number 1 pick. The Memphis Grizzlies get the number 2 pick. The New York Knicks get the number 3 pick, right? And since then, so Zion is a generational talent. No doubt. Generational talent. One maybe once in a lifetime talent, right? Once in a lifetime talent, right? Ja Morant is a great NBA talent. I don't know if he's generational or not, or transcendent or not, but we'll see. But our consolation prize for missing out on those two was RJ Barrett, right? And RJ Barrett, right, does not blow you away with any one skill. Like when you think about RJ Barrett, you don't think about a 46-inch vertical. You don't think about blazing speed. You don't think about otherworldly strength. You don't think about fighter pilot vision, court vision. You know what I'm saying? What you think about with RJ Barrett is a hard worker, right? When you think about RJ Barrett, you think about a kid that has decent skills across the board, right? RJ Barrett has decent NBA skills across the board. Like, he's not terrible at any one thing. The thing he probably needs to improve on the most is his finishing at the rim. Right? So we get the guy, RJ Barrett, that he won't impress you with any one thing, but when you put everything together, you're like, wow, this dude's a pretty good player. Right? And I see y'all in the chat talking about when you take the bus. That's how you. Y'all hilarious, bro. Y'all hilarious. Y'all hilarious, man. Hey, so one other thing, just real quick on a side note, and I know I'm jumping around, but just bear with me. So I'm gonna get the telephone probably today. I'll probably get the telephone today and give the number out. That way you guys can send in, leave voicemail messages and send text messages to the phone line. And what we'll do is certain voicemail messages we'll play on the show. Like if it's a dope voice, if you leave a dope voicemail, maybe we'll play it on the show, right? Or if you leave a dope text message, we'll read it on the show for show ideas or whatever, right? It's we want to make sure that you guys have more access to me and to the guys on the show, right? Thank you. Not this phone, but the other. Right? So what we want to do is make ourselves more accessible to you guys so that, I'm saying, those great ideas that you guys have, they don't go overlooked. Now, because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes y'all say some stuff in the chat that's dope, but the chat is moving so fast and I'm trying to maneuver so many different things that I don't get a chance to read all the things that you put in the chat. Right? You know what? Hey, Bodega, you know what? For some, hey, let me know who you are, right? Like when you text in, hey, this is Bodega Wi-Fi, man. I'm just checking such and such. And I'll try to text you back as fast as I can. Right? And that goes for anybody. Like if you text in, if you text in, listen, let me make sure, what I'm saying, you let me know who you are. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to save your stuff, if you want me to save your math, I'll do that. And then when things come out, I can send it. I'll respond to you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to give me some time because these cats on the network are working me like a dog behind the scenes, y'all. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. So the line is so the reason why we want to do these new things is because you guys contribute a lot in the chat and sometimes we miss it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I miss what it is that you haven't, like y'all will say something dope in the chat and then I think to try to write it down and then I get sidetracked. Like somebody will be popping in the chat at the same time your idea come through. I look back up and it's gone. I try to scroll up and then somebody asks me a question. And it's just like a lot of stuff to handle at once. Right? But what I will say is with the phone line, if you leave a voicemail message or a text message, we'll try to do the best we can, like to showcase your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually, maybe Friday or Saturday, hopefully Friday, we'll have the phone line up and running. And then that way you guys can call in, you know what I'm saying? And, we can rock from there. You know what I mean? Kevin Middleton, what's good? What's good with you? Yeah, hey, Quiet Money. Yeah, man. So we got to make ourselves more accessible because I know some of you guys, y'all check us out. Y'all check others out. You know what I'm saying? And go and get in chats and all that stuff, man. And sometimes, you be in the chat and it feel like people not paying you no attention. We try to, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes things just move a little fast. That's all. Mama said, don't trust you. What's good? Bodega Wi-Fi says, I hope we get a mean tweet episode. Hey, man, you know me. My patience on Twitter is very, very short. I'm like, get to the point and don't say nothing stupid. You know what I mean? All right. Um, Mama said, what's good? So how did we get here? 3 years ago, Emmanuel Mudiay, Trey Burke, and Frank Ntilikina were our point guards. Our wings were Kevin Knox, Mario Hazonia. Our power forward was Noah Vonleh. We were wondering, we had just used the stretch provision on a dude named Joakim Noah. Right? Right? So how do we go from a dude we gave a dude 4 years, $72 million. So how do we go from a guy making $72 million, right? A 5'11" point guard, a lottery bust at point guard. Oh, wait a minute. 2 lottery busts at point guard, right? A wing player that thought he was the Croatian Kobe, right? The lowest IQ power forward you ever seen in your life. All the physical skills. Noah Vonleh has all the physical skills, but has the lowest basketball IQ you ever seen. Right? So and how do we go from that to the 4th seed in the East in 3 seasons? How do we go from showcasing too? This dude was getting like 35 minutes. How do we go from showcasing the Croatian Kobe getting 35 minutes a game to being the 4th seed in the East? How did we get here? Oh, I forgot about Ron Burgundy. Don't forget Ron Burgundy. Right? Don't forget Ron Burgundy. Don't forget Dennis Smith Jr. And listen, everybody, Dennis Smith Jr. might be the one that got away. Dennis Smith Jr. might be the one that got away. Right? But that's an episode for another show. I tried to talk about that before. Nobody wanted to hear it. And I think that dude is killing right now in Portland. Right? Here's the thing. How did we get to a place where the Knicks are a threat? Bruh, people are afraid of us. Me saying that makes me laugh. Bro, listen, we blew out. Listen, I want y'all to hear me on this. Right? The team that won the NBA championship lost 2 out of 3 to us. Are you serious? The team that won the NBA championship lost 2 out of 3 to us. And the one game they won, 2 role players had career games. If Brent Forbes and DJ Augustine didn't have career games, we'd have beat them again. How did we get here in 3 years? How did we get here in 3? Excuse that. How did we get here in 3 seasons? We went from Enes Kanter kissing the logo in the Garden because he was happy to get minutes to knocking off the NBA champs 2 out of 3. How did we get here? Hey, Ozzie Henry, what's good? How did we get here, y'all? And listen, I'm not saying that we've arrived. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we have arrived. But what I'm saying is that we can see the promised land. right? Right now, we can see the promised land, right? Because here's the thing: in order to win the NBA championship, you got to make the playoffs. And guess what? The Knicks were the 4th seed in the East. In order to win it, you got to be in it. And the Knicks were the 4th seed in the East. Right? Man, are you serious? How did we get here? Did it start with Julius Randle? I'm asking y'all right now. Was signing Julius Randle what turned this franchise around? I'm asking y'all. Was it the signing of Julius Randle? Or was it the signing of Tom Thibodeau? Was it the drafting of RJ Barrett? Was it the front office turnover? Was it the fact that we signed Leon Rose? How did we get here? Because if you just go by, if you look at how the stars aligned for us, you can't find the line of demarcation. It's blurry. Because you could say, in theory, signing Julius Randle saved our franchise. Right? And people that don't like Julius Randle will say, no, it wasn't just Randle. Right? But the coincidence of him making an all-star team the same year as this team becoming the 4th seed in the East is undeniable. DSJ was good. Kevin Middleton says Tibbs. And so here's the thing. It's not just a talent thing, because I believe overall talent-wise, Kristaps Porzingis has more talent than Julius Randle. Right? That's my opinion. More physical talent. You know what I'm saying? More otherworldly gifts. Like the dude is 7'3", can run, can jump, and all of those things. And Julius Randle is classic power forward size. Julius Randle size, it don't blow you away. 6'8", 250, whatever. Probably 100 power forwards have played the game at Julius Randle size. RC Creative was good. So it can't just be a thing of talent, because if it's just a question of talent alone, if it's just a question of talent alone, then the Carmelo Anthony, Kristaps Porzingis, all of that should have been, should have got us further, but it didn't. RC Creative is in the building. What's good? Man, RC Creative has a joint coming out in February. Man, I'm gonna post it in a little bit, right? Make sure y'all check that out. My man RC Creative is doing big things, man. Shout out to RC Creative, the company, and the dude. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to RC Creative. The creator, he's the creator of our dope intros. Right? So how did we get here? Because if it's just a question of talent alone, then we should have been way more productive And we should have made way more progress than we made with just adding RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. Right? So how did we get here? Because listen, teams say, and what I want you to do is rewind back not to 3 years ago, but to 1 year ago when sections of our fan base said the only way you can go deep into a playoffs is by tanking, getting high picks, putting those young players together, and then having a young core. Well, now that does not look like the only way to make the playoffs and get a young core. Because right now the Knicks have a young core of Mitchell Robinson, Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes, Deuce McBride, Rojo, and Jericho Sims. Do you like that young core? Do you like this young core? Do you like what I just mentioned to you just now? Do you like RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes, Miles McBride, Rokas Jokovitis, Jericho Sims? Do you like it when you hear me say those names? Is that a good young core? Right? Are you satisfied with that young core? Because when I asked the question, how did we get here? Listen, we've taken a what's the word I'm looking for? An unconventional road to this place where we are. Right? We have taken an unconventional road to this place that we've arrived at. Right? So how did we get to this place where we are right now? How did we get here? And I'm here to tell you that it's not even a thing that you could put your finger on. I think it's mojo. Mojo, right? I think it's mojo. It's that swag that you can't describe, right? It's that swag that you can't describe. It's a mix between hard work, swagger, smart decision making, and luck. Jay saying, what's good? What's good? So how did we get here? I keep asking the question, and the more I think about it, the more I ask it, the more I think openly, right? The more I ask the question aloud, the more I think about it openly because I don't know if we can put our finger on what exactly. Because it can't just be a thing of well, the team plays hard. Nah, man. Every team play hard. Every team. Dudes, every team has dudes that play hard because some dudes are barely hanging on in the league and they're going to play their hardest to stay in the league. They're going to try their hardest to stay in the league. How do we get here? Greenhouse says, do we even draft RJ if we have Tim Hardaway Jr. or do we draft Garland or someone else? That's a great question. If you have Tim Hardaway Jr., do you draft DeAndre Hunter or Cam Reddish instead? Do you draft Kobe White instead? Soulfinger, what's good? James Bagman, what's good? Man, make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, support your family. We doing this thing for each other. Big 15 is exactly what we are. Right? How did we get here? Man, it's crazy to me. I was walking around, no lie. So I was walking around and I was like, how did we get here? Because listen, it's not just as simple as Leon Rose took over. Nah, because we over the past 5, 6, 7 years, we've had a bunch of terrible teams. A bunch of them. Right? We had a bunch of terrible teams over the past 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. Right? Savage NYC was good. But the fact that we were able to rebound from, a disaster of a season in 1920 to a good season in 2020 and 2021 makes me scratch my head. Is it just Tibbs? Right? And no, I can't say it's just Tibbs because Tibbs in Minnesota had 3 guys that were the number 1 pick in their draft, and they still missed the playoffs. Tibbs had 3 guys, 3 that were the number 1 pick in their respective draft, and they still missed the playoffs. Tom Thibodeau had Karl-Anthony Towns. He was the number 1 pick. Tom Thibodeau had Andrew Wiggins. He was the number 1 pick in his draft. And Tom Thibodeau had Derrick Rose, who was the number 1 pick in his draft. Right? And Tibbs still missed the playoffs with that talent. But Tibbs comes here to New York and is handed Elfrid Payton at point guard and Reggie Bullock at shooting guard, small forward, whatever, and wins 41 games. The team goes 41-31 with less talent. So it can't just be Tibbs. Right? Right? So here's the thing. How do we get to this spot? Is it Julius Randle? I'm here to I want to talk to y'all about Julius Randle. Right? I want to talk to y'all about Julius Randle, right? So for one, coaching matters. Coaching matters. Right? People think that Julius Randle was a bust in Los Angeles and a bust in New Orleans. But let me ask you guys, y'all have been watching basketball for a long time, a very long time, a very long time. Some of y'all are old as dirt. I'm just, I'm just kidding. I'm just poking fun, right? Right. But Julius Randle was drafted to the Lakers, where his coach was named Luke Walton. Bill Walton said, "Luke, I am your father." Right? So Julius Randle was coached by Luke Walton, right? They didn't pick up his option, whatever, right? And so he goes to New Orleans and plays for Alvin Gentry. Somebody tell me something, right? Does coaching matter? Does coaching matter? Because Julius Randle played for a dude named Luke Walton and a guy named Alvin Gentry. Right? He was coached by Luke Walton and Alvin Gentry. Right? So the question there should be, does coaching matter? Did Luke Walton get the very best out of Julius Randle? Immediately, the answer to me is no. Did Luke Walton get the very best out of Lonzo Ball, out of Brandon Ingram, out of Kyle Kuzma, out of D'Angelo Russell? I mean, come on, Jordan Clarkson. Did they get the very best out of Larry Nance Jr.? Right? Think about that young core that the Lakers had. The Lakers had, listen to these names. At guard, Jordan Clarkson, D'Angelo Russell, Lonzo Ball. At shooting guard, Josh Hart. Small forward, they had Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma. Power forward, they had Julius Randle, Larry Nance Jr., and a center named Ivan something something. And Luke Walton could not turn that into a winner, right? You have Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, Lonzo Ball, and you had Kobe Bryant towards the end of his career. Does coaching matter? Does coaching matter? Right? So how did we get here? Because in this scenario that I just mentioned, most people thought Julius Randle was a bust, though his numbers got better every season. Even when Julius Randle came off the bench in New Orleans, sometimes off the bench, sometimes starting, whatever, his numbers still increased with playing time. He was a productive player with playing time. You give him playing time, he was productive. Does coaching matter, though? Does coaching matter? Because the thing is, just because you played for one or two teams and had 5 different coaches doesn't mean that you can't be a quality NBA player. Look at Evan Fournier. Fournier starts out in Denver, goes to Orlando, goes to Boston, and now he's here. So how did we get to this point where the Knicks are a threat? Right? Did you see the season that the Atlanta Hawks had last season? We were a threat to them. So much so that Trey Burke has a parking space in his head for the New York Knicks. Why the Knicks, bro? Y'all played the Sixers also. I don't see you going to Philadelphia doing wrestling matches. Greenhouse says every one of those young Lakers, except for maybe Nance and Clarkson, is over 20 mil a year now. And they played together. Bro, you talking about Clarkson, Russell, Ball, Hart, Ingram, Kuzma, Nance, Randle, Zubats. All those guys were with the Lakers around the same time, the same 3-year window. Right? All those guys were with the Lakers around the same time. But the coach sucked. The coach was garbage. Does coaching matter? That's what I'm asking you. Because if you say, nah, coaching not matter as much, I can understand your point, because Tibbs and Minnesota Tibbs had Karl-Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and Derrick Rose. All three were the number one pick in their respective drafts. And Tibbs couldn't do anything with it. That, my friend, is on Tibbs. But certain organizations, and I'll say this about certain organizations, man. It's the New York Jets in football. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves in basketball, right? Right? They can't get out of their own way. It's the New York Jets in football, right? That's just who they are. It used to be the Saints. Remember the Aints? The Aints used to be garbage, always acquiring good players and still can't win. The Aints. It used to be the Aints also. Now it's the Jets for certain, right? Acquiring good talent and just wasting it. Their uniforms look good, though. The uniforms look great. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. How did the Knicks get where the Knicks are a threat to other NBA teams. I'm here to tell you that come playoff time, there are going to be 6 teams easy in the Eastern Conference that don't want to see the Knicks. There are going to be 6 teams easy that don't want to get in a 7-game fist fight with this version of the New York Knicks. The only team I think can wash the Knicks is the Milwaukee Bucks. They're the NBA champs. They got over the hump. They know what it takes to win now, and they're going to be dangerous. But Brooklyn, the Sixers, the Hawks, the Celtics, the Raptors, the Hornets, the Heat. There'll be a bunch of teams that don't want to see the Knicks. There'll be teams in this first round or in the playoffs that would rather see each other. I think that the Hawks would rather see the Heat. The Raptors would rather see the Celtics than to see us. Right? Andrew College says resistance is futile. And I'm with him. I'm with him. And I'm asking y'all this question because it baffled me. How do you go from Emmanuel Mudiay to Kemba Walker? What? How do you go from Noah Vonleh to Julius Randle? What? How do you go from Damian Dotson, Alonzo Trier, Ron Burgundy to RJ Barrett? I mean, come on. How do you go from David Fizdale? Oh, I'm sorry. How do you go from Derek Fisher, Jeff Hornacek, Kurt Rambis, David Fizdale, Mike Miller to Tom Thibodeau, and then make the playoffs? How do you go from begging the commissioner for the number one pick? And we all had our fingers crossed. We were like, oh, please, please, man, the number one pick. Please, the number one pick, man. We got to get the number one pick. We got to get the number one pick. To being a threat to knock teams off in the playoffs that fast. How did we get here? And listen, and now that we're here, should we just enjoy the ride? Should we just enjoy the ride? Is this our moment? As a Knicks fan, ask yourself, is this our moment? Because in the immortal words of the great American poets, Parliament Funkadelic, everybody has a little spot under the sun, right? Is this our moment to be in the sun? If you're a Knicks fan, how do you feel about me saying that to you? If you're a Knicks fan, how do you feel about Uncle Freezy asking you, how did your team go from wondering if Emmanuel Mudiay or Trey Burke was going to start to a point guard rotation of Miles McBride, Kemba Walker, and Derrick Rose? How did your franchise, if you're a Knicks fan, how do you go from, if you're a Knicks fan, how do you go from wondering if Quincy Acey is going to re-sign with the team to Julius Randle representing the organization in the All-Star game? Brother Shaquille Sunflower, what's good? Julian Blum says, I'm just glad it didn't take years. I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling y'all this. Hey, shout out to Hard Will. Hard Will, I was watching y'all the other day, man. You were great. Them dudes need to let you talk, bro. Hard Will, if I watch one more time and they be cutting you off to say something, I'm gonna come in there and kidnap you and bring you to Blorange Tears, bro. I'm just kidding about that part, but man, y'all show is great, man. Infamous New King, how do we go from Infamous New King? Let me ask you this. How do you go from being a team that was on Zion watch to a team that people are scared, teams are afraid of in 3 seasons. 3. And it's not even 3 full seasons because this is year 3 right here. Yeah, Hartwell. I think I might have to. If they cut you off one more time, bro, I think I might have to come in there and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna take Hartwell with me, bro." Infamous New King. Listen, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: How do you go from? Man, Michael Beasley might not resign with us to Julius Randle's in the All-Star game. Evergreen G was good. I keep forgetting I got to put this thing in the chat, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that by it's a mistake of the mind, not of the heart. I keep forgetting I got to put this thing in the chat occasionally for our people. Hallwill says, I told them you said that they don't believe me. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So how do we get here? I'm asking the question. It seems like a basic question, right? It seems like a basic question until you think about what it is that we're asking each other. Is it just the culture? Is it just coaching? Is it player acquisition? Is it luck? So let me ask you this. If it's luck, and it may well be, if it's luck, are you nervous about us being lucky? Right? If it's luck, are you nervous as a Knicks fan that we are lucky? I will tell you right now, no, hell no. You know why? Because other organizations for years got all the luck. The Boston Celtics used to get all the luck, and we used to get the remainder, whatever. Right? The Boston Celtics used to get all the luck. So much so, they have a fat dude in the middle of their court with a 4-leaf clover, letting you know they lucky. Giannis could have had a devastating knee injury last season in the playoffs, right? Turns out that it's nothing. A small hyperextension, right? I'm here to tell you that if it's luck, so what? Let's go with it. If we were lucky, so what? It's about time. It's like, you ever been in the casino at the roulette table, right? And the most unlikely person you ever seen in your life keeps winning. And you're like, what is this? I'm flying, man. I'm all the way out here in Vegas. Got a pocket full of money, nice clothes, got like 4 days off. I'm out here trying to do something. And I'm not losing, but I'm not winning. But the most unbecoming person you ever saw in your life is winning. And you're like, well, when is it going to be my turn? Nobody knows. That's why they call it luck. I'm looking for Donald Cannon's comment. Where's Donald Cannon's comment at? King Ribby, what's good? I don't see Donald Cannon's comment. All right, well, I'll move on. I'll move on now. Is it player acquisition? Is it coaching? Is it culture? Or should it even matter? Should it even matter? Oh, Finger. What's good?
Morning, morning. Salute to the chat. Hey, another day out here on the west side. Everything is lovely. Hey, everybody, if you in here, you hit that like button. Jump up on that thing. Jump up on it real quick, because when you start getting that time, you open the door to come into the building. You should be hitting them like buttons.
Bim.
Let's get it.
Bim. That's how this thing's supposed to work. So what's on your mind today, bro?
Just listening. I was listening to you. I like how you were setting the table and everything. I'm working from home still, so I'm listening to you as you set it up, as I get things going on the job front. And I say it's the 4 C's: culture, commitment, continuity, and consistency.
Okay.
Because the thing is, luck is the love child of opportunity and preparation.
Right.
That's why I look at it. And
right.
Man, look, we got to look at it like this. We have been in the bad situation for so long. The KP trade, as bad as Max tried to make it seem and all like that, was a bad move. It was good because that set the table. That was the first stepping stone.
Right.
Because if we never traded KP, who said we have Julius?
Right.
Because once we made that trade and the changing of the guard in the front office, bringing in Julius, and changing of the front guard of the guard, it just started falling into place. Because you got to have basketball minds. You got to have people know what they're doing, and with vision. You got to have vision to know what you got to do, and a set plan. Because you're a business. Anybody in business, you trying to start a business, you go into a bank and say, "Hey, I want to start a business." Well, what business you gonna start? I don't know. Just gonna start a business. What do you have a business plan? No, man. Just gonna start a business. You gotta have a plan in place.
My brother used to do that. My brother, and rest his soul, man. My brother wanted to be a businessman bad, right? He wanted to be a businessman, right? So I was like, "Yo, so what you gonna do?" He was like, "Yo, check this out. I'm gonna do a breakfast buffet." Right? I was like, "That's not a bad idea," because where we live, right, in a little small town, where we live, there's no real breakfast spots except for Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's.
Yeah.
The fast food places, right? So I was like, "Bro, so how you gonna open your restaurant?" He said, "First, I'm gonna open a barbecue place, and then once the money start coming in, I'm gonna do a breakfast buffet." And I was like, "Bro, are you serious right now?" And I was like, "Yo, how you gonna get the money?" He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna borrow it from you." Chuck Allen, what's good? So Soulfinger, he said that, he told me that. I was like, I had just bought a wow, time fly. This is 7 years ago. I had just bought a 2014 F-150 crew cab, white. That thing was pretty, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was in debt up to my eyeballs, right? Up to my eyeballs, bro. And he talking about borrowing money from me. And so when you said that just now, it reminds me of people that have high aspirations
Mm-hmm.
and nowhere to get there.
Well, I like to say, because you said it, this is what I always call it. You got champagne taste, but you got Kool-Aid money.
Right. 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 And hey, Rick Pennington, what's good? How you doing today, brother? What's good? Says I see you. What's good? So the thing, so what I was asking everybody And what I want to do is get feedback from you and Chuck Allen. And when Chuck Allen popped back in, is how do we get here, man? Because no matter how we try to slice it, when you slice it one way, you look at the other side, and it's like, oh no, wait a minute. Let me rethink what I was saying, because that might be it over there.
Yeah.
Because when I thought about it, I thought it was just Tibbs. I was like, nope. Tibbs came in here and Tibbs straightened everything out.
Tibbs is a piece. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad. I was just saying Tibbs is a piece of the step. He's one of the steps in the process to get us here, because it was a process, man. One thing just didn't overall blow us up. Is one thing led to another. You know, it's like playing Tetris. You got to make them blocks fit.
Right.
That part I agree with. Making the pieces fit, because I can point out some teams that by and large had better talent than we ever had. But OKC,
Yeah,
James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant,
Reggie Jackson,
yeah,
Serge
Ibaka,
Kendrick Perkins,
Steven
Adams,
Jeff
Green. Yes.
And they didn't win. They didn't even sniff a championship. They got swept.
Right. Because you know what they could have done in theory? They could have traded away some of that young talent for an established superstar to go with either Kevin Durant or Russell Westbrook and probably won a chip.
I would even say get another veteran, an established vet. Don't even need a superstar, a veteran that's been around to be able to get the younger cats, be a voice of reason and truth behind the scenes. Right. Because a lot of their problem was immaturity. They had all the talent in the world.
Right. So sometimes you need everything to fall in line. It has to be the right coach. It has to be the right group of players. It has to be an organization that knows what they're doing. Like they have a plan in place, like you guys were just discussing.
Right.
Having a plan and then executing it. Because of recent years, we could think about signing 4 power forwards in the offseason.
Yeah, I know where you're going with that. I'm sorry.
Bringing in 2 guys when you drafted a guy at a specific position.
Right.
Probably shouldn't have took him at that spot, but you did.
Right.
That's an organization not knowing what they're doing.
Right.
And you have to give props to James Dolan for taking the Steinbrenner approach and stepping back and hiring your Cashman, aka Leon Rose.
That was big.
That was very big.
Right.
Because this thing is starting to run like an organization is supposed to. Right. I've been excited various different seasons, and they never really panned out. Right. When we had all of the young guys, the Nate Robinsons, the Shannon Fries, the David Lees, Trevor Arizas, it was exciting.
Marty Collins, Wilson Chandler, Ronaldo Bachman. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like, we got some young blood. These guys was never the right combination of people.
Yeah. I mean, Freezy hit that on it. When he said Ronaldo Bachman, that still hurts my heart. That cut my soul, man.
Right.
That cut my soul.
Because what it is the expectation of winning was so insatiable. They didn't let the kid develop into the type of player he should have been. Ronaldo Bachman was never going to be Kevin Durant.
No.
All Ronaldo Bachman wanted to do was play defense and rebound.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Reese. And Isaiah Thomas said, hey, this kid, if we bring him along slow, can be like a Dennis Rodman. And people laughed because they're like, Dennis Rodman, haha, because they thought Dennis Rodman in his prime, but they forgot about Dennis Rodman the early years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You like for instance, when Soulfinger and myself debated about Allen Houston and Kevin Knox, right? And when I said Allen Houston and Kevin Knox, people laughed. They were like, "Yo, Allen Houston, Allen Houston might be the best shooting guard the Knicks ever had," and all those things. But what they don't remember is those first few seasons in Detroit.
Oh,
Allen Houston wasn't that guy.
mm-mm.
Allen Houston had to learn to become that guy, right?
Right.
He had the one thing Allen Houston had that most shooting guards didn't have back then was he had the ability to create his own shot against multiple defenses and defenders. That's Allen Houston's calling card, right? He could create his own shot, right? People thinking about sweet shooting Allen Houston, right? But they forget about the dribble moves that got him to that pull-up jumper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the reason why I ask y'all this question is because I think there is a multiplicity of factors that go into this success that we're having right now, right? Not a duplicity, because I don't think like these things are copies of. I don't think we copied somebody else's blueprint. I think all these things, you know what? It might just be destiny, bro. You
Right.
know how you ever Soulfinger, you ever saw a flower grow through concrete?
Yeah, definitely.
It's destined to happen. It don't matter what you put on top of that seed was gonna blossom regardless. Right?
Yeah.
That seed was gonna blossom into something regardless what you did to that seed, put over the top of it. It was gonna blossom and become itself. Become what it was destined to be. And you can almost say that about Julius Randle. No matter how many bad coaches and bad teams you put Julius Randle on, he was destined to become an all-star and destined to lead his team to the playoffs. You didn't know what team, you didn't know what city, but it was destined to happen.
You know, the one good thing for Julius, though, he had what a lot of he was blessed to have what a lot of these other cats didn't have, and that was Kobe. Rest in power, Kobe. He had Kobe as a foundation to help him get there, to show him, how to be disciplined, how to work it, and what to do.
Right.
While even that's what having a bad coach.
Right.
So in some aspects, man, having a bad coach in a way, in some ways, it may sound crazy, could benefit you, because a bad leadership, bad whatever, you learn from that as well. I want people, don't think it's always you do better with somebody that's good or great. You learn from somebody that's horrible on how not to be, on things you need to do. And with being under Kobe, he showed them how to go in and put in the work, how to better yourself, and how to take care of your body and things of that nature, man. So it worked. But as you said earlier, read all those names off. That's an indictment on Walton, man. Yeah, that was too much talent, man. And you telling me he wasn't ready to take the reins of that team or be there. A lot of that is because he sat next to Steve Kerr as an assistant with a team that had the Splash Brothers,
right,
and Durant. You slid him into that position, thinking, oh, he can take that magic and work it here. Well, how about he didn't do that magic?
How about he didn't?
And he still hasn't done it. And Sacramento still looking the same way.
Right, bro. You're right. Because at first it was an indictment on Julius Randle. They were like, "Hey, man, top 8 pick. He ain't turned out to be nothing." And then as the years go by, you realize it wasn't Julius Randle. That was the culprit. It was the coach.
The thing is, LA picked real good teams. And then we're talking about Julius. He went to when he went to New Orleans, right. And the coach, what's his name that was coaching New Orleans at the time?
Alvin Gentry.
Thank you. Look, Alvin Gentry is improved players, and he's helped a lot of players, man.
Right.
He just don't get the love that he gets because he's in there and he kind of lays a little bit of the foundation, and then they kick him to the curb. And then he's in the same situation, like, oh, well, he's not really that great of a coach. When has he had a long coaching stint where he actually, you saw teams making progress? Because since he's left New Orleans, what have they done?
Nothing.
But when he was in New Orleans, what was going on? They were improving, and the Cats were playing hard.
And to this point, to your point, I want to say something. Staffordon was good.
Blessed morning to the panel. Blessed morning to the chat.
Bless up, bro.
Salute.
Hey, and so here's my thing, man. How many all-star power forwards does one organization need? Because when you looked at New Orleans, it wasn't just a Julius Randle went away and became an all-star power forward. They had an all-star power forward before Julius Randle named Anthony Davis.
Yeah, sure did.
And they have one now named Zion Williamson.
Sure do now. They sure does.
Right. So it's like all these things point to coaching matters.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get the right players and the right coaches and the right culture, right? And the timing has got to be right. Your young kids have to be old enough or experienced enough to row in the same direction as the organization and the veteran players. It's a bunch of things that go with it. Hey, fellas, I'm gonna step off for just a second to get something to drink, man. I'll be right back.
Just to elaborate on what Uncle Freezy was saying, it does take the right coach and the right players, because sometimes really good players lose valuable time in their career because the coach that he's playing for doesn't know what he wants to do with him, doesn't know what to do with him, or for some reason that coach just doesn't like him.
Well, you know what, Chuck? We got a prime example of it on our team right now. In Knox. Think about it. You had Fizdale drafted him, had him going one way. He's bringing in all these other players in, and he flipped the script and switched the directions because he didn't know what he did with them. And I want to give Freezy his credit on that. I got to give him his props for bringing that one up on how you addressed it. Because, and I said his name, and I said I wouldn't name it Sam, but he didn't know what he was doing with Knox. And then what does Tip does? He comes in, he redshirts my man for a year.
Yep.
And then now you give him a direction and a purpose. Because before, it's like this, man. If you give a little kid, for instance, you have a little kid and you just leave a little kid in the house all by themselves with no direction, of course they're going to tear up something. They're going to get into stuff.
Right.
But if you're giving a child, or not even little kids, you give a child direction and something, and you there to supervise and guide them, that's a whole different thing, man. You got to know what you're doing with these guys, because I don't care how much talent they have. If you don't develop it, grow it, and you just wasted a pick. You wasted the pick because they'll never reach their. Granted, I hate to say the word, but I'm gonna say it: potential. The cliche, or reach the level of play they should be. Because you may say their ceiling is this. No, man, you put the work in and you guide them. They continue to constantly grow and never really hit that ceiling because they constantly getting better and better if you direct it the right way.
Right.
Uncle, I just jumped on. What is the question? I'm sorry, guys.
So Staffordon, the question I'm asking is, how did we get here? Right? How did we get here? And so here's the thing. Three seasons ago, we used to ask ourselves, who's going to start at point guard tonight? Emmanuel Mudiay, Trey Burke, or Frank Ntilikina? Right? Or you remember that? You remember that 3 seasons ago?
Boy, it make me laugh.
You remember when we got mad because they cut Troy Williams in training camp? I don't know if y'all remember this, but Troy Williams out of Indiana played
as a high flyer.
Yeah, he played for David Fizdale in Memphis. He had like a 10-day contract in Memphis. And in the summer league, he caught a pass. I think it was summer league. He caught a pass off the break, and I think he jumped from like the free throw line and yammed it on somebody.
Yeah, he did. I watched that, and everybody was hyped.
And we were like, "Oh my God, we might have found our answer because we ain't never had an athletic small forward. Never.
Nope.
Right? Never. You might say Flight White, you know what I'm saying? But he ain't, you know. But I ain't talking about just jumpers. I'm talking about athletes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't never had an athlete like just run fast, jump high. You know what I'm saying? We looked at Troy Williams, we were like, oh my goodness. Right? And we went from thank you. We went from wondering if Troy Williams was going to be a star to Julius Randle leading this team to the playoffs. How did we get here so fast? How did we get here?
Well, in my opinion, looking back, as Soulfinger would say, there was a lot of practice, and I believe we the fans were about to riot the Madison Square Garden at one time against James Dolan. And I believe at that time, it was the time we turned around the franchise. Meaning, say, even though we brought in Phil Jackson at the time, I think that time it was a turning point to where we need to build this franchise as a better franchise, because we the fans were tired of losing, Freezy.
What?
Turn around from then till now, you know, it's an amazing process. So, you know, we did take some big hits, some big bruises, even some serious knockouts. But, you know, all in all, I believe James Dolan, he's heading in the right, all the cuss that they cuss this man, you know, Soulfinger on with you, and I always hear you repeat this all the time, man. You know, they can't say nothing about this guy. He's staying out of the news. He's staying out of controversy. He's making Leon Rose makes the decisions, and the franchise is going up.
Right.
We don't have functions anymore with the DFs and the MMs. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we are good to go. Shout out to Chef NYK, Knicks for life. I see y'all guys, man. Hail up, hail up.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, hey, and so Jay Boogie, how you doing this morning, brother?
Top of the AM, man. Eyelids are unattached. God has blessed us all, man. We great, man. We here, we living. What are you gonna do for life now that he gave it to you, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat following. Hit them like buttons, man. And, you know, give some props to this man, Mr. Freezy. And shout out to all the great men on the panel, man. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's.
Salute, bro.
Salute, Boogie.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Hey, Jay
We
Boogie.
podcasting, baby.
Podcasting.
Fire.
Everybody, no matter what you're doing. I don't care if you're talking about diamonds or talking about rims to a tire. Everybody, you got a podcast, continue on podcast. Get your word, your message out, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Deal with the live stream instead of the mainstream.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what we doing.
Yes, sir.
That's what we doing, bro. We giving the people exactly what they want in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But Jay Boogie, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
How did we get here, bro? How did the Knicks organization get here? How did we go from hoping that we could re-sign Derek Williams or hoping we could re-sign Quincy AC? Remember that? We were like, yo, Quincy AC is getting love from the Pelicans. I hope we can sign Quincy AC back, to Julius Randle leading us to the playoffs and teams fearing us. How did we get here so fast?
Well, we got here so fast and immediately got here because we was able to come across the board with some people that was determined to show that they belong in this league, and all they need is an opportunity and a chance, and they gonna do some things that other people's turned them down for. When you mentioned like Julius, he was grateful for the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And we brought him in, gave him a little hard time in the beginning, but we learned to embrace this man because he was doing it not only for him and his family, but also the organization and also the league and the fans. You know what I'm saying? So how we got here, we got JR, we got people, we got hard, dedicated workers, man. That's what we got. And I always say, man, I would take hard work and determination over talent and athleticism, anytime. Because if you can give me your heart on the court, I know you're gonna be there for the whole 48. Sometimes athleticism and talent don't pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? Gifted people are different. I ain't saying they're completely different. When you gifted, you just got it. You just got it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we needed, man. We needed hard work, man. Like the Pat Ewing errors with the Oakley and all. That's what we needed, man. That's why we feeling so good, because we know for a fact we got that vibe again, man. We got them guys that's gonna, come and show up every single night. And guys we talking about, oh man, Dolan, man. I mean, Tom, he overplaying them guys too many minutes and all that. Be thankful them dudes show up every night. Stop looking like, they can't handle them minutes. When I came up playing ball, I didn't want to come out the game. And when they took me out the game, I was in the coach ear. When you gonna put me back? Them guys want to be out there. They don't care about that, man. You know what I'm saying? But we got here, man, gracefully, man. Salute to them hard workers that came, Derrick Rose, man. Salute to them guys we don't drafted. They ain't buses, you know what I'm saying? We ain't had a bus, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't had a bus. Well, I'm gonna say since RJ. You know what I'm saying? I think we've been picking right ahead. RJ's not too much of a pick because that was obvious, third pick, obvious. But these guys we brought in right here, they're Nick Harden, made Tom Thibodeau type guys, man.
Right. Hey, let me ask you this. You remember when we was trying to sign Kylo Quinn back and he left and signed with the Pacers because he said he wanted to win?
Hilarious.
We was like, yo, man, dang, man, we love KOQ, bro. We want you to stay. He's like, nah, I'm going to sign with the Pacers because I want to win right now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We was like, we was like, yo, man, I know Kevin Seraphin want to start, but maybe if he come back, maybe he can start next year. That dude went to France, bro, and played. The dude left the New York, he left the NBA to go play in France, bro. The dude turned down the New York Knicks to go play in France. Y'all remember Sasha Vucevic won all those championships with the Lakers?
Yep.
He was like, he played those 2 seasons with us. He was like, nah, Phil, I'm gonna go play overseas. He turned down the Knicks to go play overseas, bro.
We weren't a hot commodity. We were garbage. We was hot garbage. And it's hard to get guys to want to come to a situation that seems dire. Like, man, I gotta do what I have to bring, what I have and some, just for us to be not so bad. Not winners, but not so bad.
And the press gonna be all over me?
All over you. Every little thing gets scrutinized and blown out of proportion because it's New York.
Right.
We were in purgatory.
Right.
The culture that a lot of us, especially the older Knicks fans, that we've accustomed to, the gritty, tough New York Knicks.
Right.
It was so far and in between. Like, I can remember games where the rebound would come off and 5 guys would be standing there looking at, like, who's going to get it.
Right.
Our franchise turned around when Steve Mills got the axe.
Okay.
When Steve Mills got the axe, I was like, okay, something is going to happen different. Wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I knew it was going to be something better, because Steve Mills, I wouldn't trust him to follow him anywhere, even if the building was on fire and he was walking out a door that clearly said fire exit. Steve Mills is going that way. Can't be the right way to go.
Can't be the right way to go, bro.
Got to
Can't
go
be the right.
I'm gonna
right.
tell you, you know who I love and appreciate the most that set our trend off into the right direction? It's that twin boy. The twin boy did it. The
Morris.
Marcus Morris.
Yeah, he was the one who wanted to. Yeah, Mook wanted to be. He wanted to stay. He wanted to be a Knick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when he told San Antonio, nah, take that contract back, I want to go to New York,
Yeah.
that set our trend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Since then,
I agree.
people been, falling. Derrick Rose was here, but he wanted to come back. Then you got Evan Fournier, you know what I'm saying? First time ever, a free agent ever, can go anywhere he want, could take a pay cut to go somewhere and play for a chip. He said, nah, I want to come here. You know what I'm saying? And then Kimber, he opted out, okay, get me up out of here, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to go home. And then you heard Kimber said, I wanted to be up under Derrick Rose and pick his brain. That Morris twins set the trend for people wanting to come to the Garden. Ever since then, our organization has been turned around in the office. We've been great. And I look for major things still to come and happen in the future, man. I really do, in my heart. I look for something majorly that's going to take us all the way over the 100. That's going to make the people that don't believe right now completely out of their skin.
Right.
Hey, Boogie, I believe also too the firing of Steve Mills had something to do with that too, man. Because that guy was running that franchise down on the ground.
Yeah, man.
No,
That guy there, man. I don't know where we would be at right now, bro. Some of the ridiculous trades that we was hearing this guy wanted to do. You understand? We would have said
Steph, he was going to trade Julius Randle and a first-round pick for Terry Rozier. So in theory, he was going to trade Julius Randle and Obi Toppin for Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
A bench player.
A bench player. Well,
Oh my God, bro.
He's the one. Granted, he brought Tim Hardaway back, but he overpaid for Tim Hardaway.
Right.
That would set me off, man. How you gonna give Tim Hardaway $70 million when it was already duly noted that you could have got him for $40 million?
And he was the same dude that traded Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway got traded twice.
Yeah.
From us.
But the firing of him was, I would say, that step one was, for me, the way I kind of look at it, and because I forgot about his firing, the way to put it in there, but that trade of KP, even though that was one good thing that he did, that he probably bungled into it.
Right.
Could you have imagined what he would have traded off our squad to get Derrick Rose? That's why I'm like, Leon Rose, man, he traded a Westchester player. Come on, man.
Man, look, and that's what I'm saying. And with the trade of KP was one. Then you look at it, Steve Mills getting the boot was two. It's just, see how it started falling apart, falling in place. But one of the key factors is, we always said, is how Dolan, because granted, Dolan does a lot of things. He meddled and stuff or whatever, but you can't say he was doing it to hurt the franchise. He was always throwing money to try to help it. He just never had direction to know what to do, because he's trying to run it like a certain business. You don't have the mindset for it, or the idea or the knowledge. Get the people that know. But you need people to tell you when you're doing wrong. Don't just say, yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great. Right. But if I'm telling you, hey, Freezy, hey, that look good, man. That look good on that car, man. I like how you put them 30-inch rims on that Pinto. Oh, that look good. No, man. It don't work like that, man. Right. You need somebody to tell you the truth. So now you got basketball mind people. Because you know what? He tried to get Phil in. Look, man, Phil was drunk at the wheel, man. He fell asleep, man.
Yeah, Phil was washed.
So, but now we got things going and trending the way it's supposed to. Like I said, the one thing that set it off for me when I knew we were on something special is how Leon Rose just got a player, then turned around and flipped that player for 2 second-round draft picks.
Genius.
And then took that one of those second-round picks and traded it for 2 more.
Exactly.
So you got 4 second-round picks for a dude that wasn't even going to play for your team.
Exactly.
Oh,
you got to look at that. That's genius, man. That's hustle. That's
Yeah.
hustling right there. That's making moves. So when he did that, I was like, oh, we on to something right here. We on to something special right here because we never seen this before. Because normally that's us giving up all kinds of stuff. And if you notice, trades are the last thing that they look at, that our front office looks at now. Before it was like trade this and trade that and give up this and give up that. They don't even do that now because now they sit back. Look, they sit back and they analyze and they inspect everything, flip over every stone, and they're looking at which way to make the move before you do that. Because the biggest trade for us, I don't care, everybody's talking about go get this name, get that name, but you still, a lot of folk fail to realize, they acknowledge the biggest trade of the season was when we
Hey, yo, here you go, my dude. Today your lucky day, man. Today your lucky day, man. You caught me at the light, man. Take care of yourself. God bless you, man. All right, no doubt, man.
You know, one person that I think that we are leaving out that made the franchise a better franchise, and this is Big Freeze's nickname for him, Ninja P. He did some things behind the scene where the franchise got better.
Right.
You don't hear about it, but I think he's one of the best assistant general managers that we have right now.
yeah.
Somebody said in the chat that if Perry didn't snitch on Mills, we probably would have been in the same.
Yeah.
And you know, I give Pudge nice his props. I'm glad he reminded me of that. I will give. We can't give Phil his props for this. He did help with the money because that's something we didn't have. Other than that, drunk at the wheel.
And the draft picks too. He would not trade draft picks.
He wouldn't draft. So he did. That's the one good thing he did. Other than that, he destroyed the culture and everything else. He was drunk at the wheel. But that's one. But like I said, both Mills and even Phil contributed in their own small way to get here, even though it went the way it went. So Leon came in. He didn't have, like in other regimes, came in and have nothing. He actually had a little something to work with. So he basically took $1. He made $1 out of 15 cents. That's what Leon Rose just did. Yep. He took 15 cents and made $1. Well, in this case, he made $10 out of that 15 cents.
Yeah, man. And you know what? I've been wanting to say this for a few minutes. I'm gonna say this real quick and then jump out the way, right? So one night I was coming into walking in my bedroom, and I had Knicks Fan TV playing on the TV, right? And I heard CP from Knicks Fan TV say, man, in the Garden was chanting King Henry. And I was like, King Henry? What? And so he said again, it was like the Garden going crazy over the Henry Ellison signed to the 10-day contract. He hit 2 threes. Man, I flopped on the bed and was like, yo, the Knicks have hit an all-time low.
But that's where we were for so long, man. We were desperate.
Where the Detroit Pistons cut a lottery bust, and we picked them up, and he scored 6 points, and we are calling him King of New York. And so when I think about, that's why Soulfinger, I ask you, like, yo, how in the world did we get here, bro?
Well, look, everybody remember more bits and pieces because we're looking at the whole overall, but then you guys like would Pudge slide in there with the Phil and Staffler was bringing in Tuck. Well, we all bringing it in because you saw his steps. I still say that the first stone was the KP trade that set us on up.
Yeah. I mean, all these. There is such an accumulation of moments that when we reflect on it, we were like, yo, we have come so far, so fast with a good, man, listen, great young veterans and Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, right? And then a great young core. Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, Miles McBride, Quentin Grimes, Jericho Sims, Rokas Jokabitis. These dudes are players, bro.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this here, Loke. It may sound crazy, but for the fact that we didn't have that when the COVID hit and we had that draft when we wound up getting IQ. I guarantee if it would have been a tournament, we wouldn't have been able to get IQ.
Yeah, no doubt.
We wouldn't have gotten okay. So nobody knew who he was because they were like, who? If those that actually followed and knew who he was, you were like, okay, cool. But it was like Emmanuel Quickly, who's this cat?
Right.
You know, so it's just the way things work. You know, it's blessed. You know, like I said, where's a storm cloud, the sunlight was shining through, and that's what we got with him, man. And then the other thing is we got good talent evaluators now.
We don't get Obi if the tournament happens.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
He been demolishing the league he was gonna demolish that 64.
Right. Right. No doubt. No doubt. Man, bro, it's crazy how you think about how we go from how we went from Noah Vonleh and how we went from Fizdale saying, Moutier, I'm gonna get you right.
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
Man, I'm gonna get you right, kid.
Look, hearing that is like stubbing your toe on that dresser as you cut around that corner in your bedroom.
Right. And so
man, I gotta say, man, yo, hit them like buttons, man. Hit them like buttons. This man take the time out, you know what I'm saying, to pull all this information up, to share with us just so we can know how far we don't came and where we are landing at now. Hit them like buttons, man. Please give honor and respect to all the podcasters, man. This man pulling up a whole new direction of life.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Jay Boogie, I got some good news.
Yes.
I got some good news for you. So I bought the mixer yesterday.
The
mixer, yeah. You know what that mean, right?
We ain't talking about the modern mixer.
No, not the modern mixer. I ain't doing construction no more, bro. I started doing construction like 15 years ago. I gotta basically what I'm saying is starting tomorrow or Friday, one of them days, we're gonna be able to take live phone calls on the show.
Nice.
So when Jay
breaking news.
Yeah, man. So when you come on, like dudes can legit get on and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is Shay Bricky, you know what I'm saying, from Newark. I just want to shout out Jay Boogie, you know what I'm saying? First time caller, long time listener. I'm gonna hang up and let y'all chop it up. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna be Knicks fan TV, but we won't be nothing but Knicks, but bro.
Freezy, are you ready?
No, I am not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not, bro. I'm not. But you got to get the people what they want, bro.
Adapt and overcome.
Yeah, you got to get the people because the thing is, you know, I like the side chat, but I can't monitor the side chat and you know what I'm saying, be the moderator at the same time because the chat moved too fast. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling people, man, listen, if you want your thing, you know, there's a super chat option. If you want your chats to be read, I'm getting a telephone so you can send text messages and leave voicemail messages and stuff on the phone line. Hit me up on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? As another way to contact us, and we're gonna open the phone line. So we're gonna open up all these different areas. We want to take advantage of all these different areas so that you can have your voice be heard. You know what I'm saying, on the show. So we're looking to expand it. It's going to be a great season. And what we want to do is make sure that we make it enjoyable for everybody that participate.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We just want to have fun, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to hit nobody over the head with no stuff. You know what I'm saying? We just want everybody to have fun and enjoy themselves doing this thing right here on Blorange Tears.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Reached a championship level, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's all love. It's all love.
Yep. So we just trying to come in here and kick it. It's like how everybody roll up to their homeboy house. They got one homeboy that everybody show up to their house and go in the backyard and just talk Knicks. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like what this is. You know what I'm saying? We the soul food place. You know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying? No, we ain't nobody big. We the soul food place, man, where everybody come and enjoy themselves and kick it.
Pudge
You know what
Night
I'm
is not Jerry Springer, bro.
saying? Yeah, man. Yeah,
Hey,
man. We just
Preachy, hey, I know I got my brother Soul Finger 12, and I know I got Chuck. Good morning to this other man right here, man, dropping his jewels, man. I can't see who it is because, you know, the Knicks want to drive is covering up. But good morning. How you doing, sir? Who I'm sharing the panel with?
Blessed, and much respect to the one J Boogie, man. It's the one Stafford done, man.
Okay, stuff is done. Great
I'm
to talk to you. Great to rock with you. Great to meet you, man.
Man, it's an honor to rock with you, bro. I've been a big fan of you since I don't even know when, bro. Man, listen. Right now, I'm like starstruck right now, bro.
yeah, man.
Nah, baby, we all the same, man. We all the same right here, baby. I love and appreciate all of y'all.
Nah, but it's a pleasure, J Boogie. I've been wanting to speak to you and reason with you for a long time, man. So it's much honor.
Man, thank you,
Yeah,
my
man.
brother. Man. Thank you, man. That's how Freezy make it happen, man. Early in the morning, man. Thank
Yeah, man. That's what we doing here, bro. We just, man, having a place where we can kick it, man. Hey, still Knicks, what's good? What's good? Man, it's a bunch. Let me shout out Tone Wu. I watched I don't know if Garden Knicks podcast is watching or not, but I watched Garden Knicks joint the other day, and
Yes,
Garden Knicks is doing his thing.
yes,
Tone,
live
y'all,
setup. I love it.
yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out some Tone Wu too. Yeah, man. I wish I can get him on, but I think his work schedule may be conflicting with what, you know what I'm saying, what we doing, man. But I really enjoy some Tone Wu, man. Make sure y'all show some love for the Love of the Knicks podcast, for the Love of the Game podcast.
Yes,
They
yes,
doing their thing too, man.
yes.
Show your love for like these cats that come on and do their thing. Hey, so I'm gonna be on tonight, man, for the Knicks game. I'm gonna do a watch along. So I'm gonna do a watch along tonight. And I think we're gonna try to do a Blorange Tears All Stars tomorrow on the Pod Couple, where we're gonna try to get all the Blorange Tears fam on a Pod Couple tomorrow and just go crazy, especially if we win tonight. You know it's gonna be bananas.
That's gonna be that's gonna be some heat.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
For sure.
And we ain't talking about that Miami Heat. We talking about that Robert De Niro kill him in the Heat when they was in that bank. Heat.
Yes, because you know I want to, because I just want to see the interaction between G-Man and Free Keith.
Yeah, yeah, because both of them are high energy, bro. Both of them are high energy. So, hey fellas, I got to get out of here to do some stuff. I got to get this phone line hooked up, get me a couple hours of sleep, and be back up for the game in a couple hours. I'm gonna get out of here, man. You know I love and appreciate everybody, man. Make sure everybody be safe. Chat. Remember, chat. We gonna get the telephone line. We got an email address. You can hit us up on social media. Smash the like button, subscribe, share on your social medias. What else? You can text the phone line, leave a voicemail message. What else? Do the super chat if you want. It's a bunch of stuff, a bunch of ways you can get your information, get your voice be heard on the show. I'm really pushing all that stuff, man, because I was watching the other day and man, it was so much heat coming out the chat, and a lot of it I didn't address. I apologize. So I'm gonna open up everything so I can be more accessible to everybody. And the thing with the super chat thing is I'm not trying to get you to spend money. What I'm saying is that if your things stand out in the chat and they be posted for everybody to see. So it's like if Hardwell, you know what I'm saying, do something, it'll be up there, pinned up on the chat for like 5 minutes, or depending on however, whatever, right? And if you leave me a text message on the phone, I have that for good. So if it's a dope text message, I can bring it back to the show. If you leave me a dope voicemail, I can save it and play the audio on the show. You know what I'm saying? If you do something dope on social media, it get a lot of attention. We can show it right here on the channel. I can share the screen and show it how many retweets and all that stuff, how dope it was. So we want to make sure that we be way more interactive. And for anything that you do, we appreciate you. I know sometimes we talk so fast and talk about so much stuff that the fan that you know, not just fans, but the people that come in and contribute to the show, like y'all be in the chat, the Blorange family. I know sometimes you may get the feeling like that we don't read y'all stuff. It's just so much stuff is happening so fast that it's impossible basically for us to, like Jay Boogie in a car, ain't no way he can read the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Y'all want to say something before we get out of here?
I just want to say, man, make sure you're silent. You're silent. You don't have your phone on silent, man. I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm gonna just call you and text you because don't go to sleep, freaky day.
I know it. Chop Low do that too.
Chop Low sent me about 80 pictures today. That's my thing.
Yeah, Chop Low texts me 24 times a day.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. Big respect to Pudge Nice. I'm not your nemesis, bro. We just all Knicks fans, and we just want to see the franchise go to championship. We may have a difference in opinions, but I think we want the same thing. Shout out to Boogie, your mentor, your inspiration. There's so many things I could say about you, bro, but as I said, much love and respect. Soul Finger,
my man.
Go ahead and be safe, my G. Mr. Dad, I always forget his name, man. Chuck Allen. Yeah. Your insights are very, very insightful, and it brings a lot of character to the show. So I want to say much respect. And Uncle Freeze, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. You didn't have to do this, but I really appreciate it. I want to do more, but I want you to come at me and ask me to do more. But I want to help. I want to help. All right,
bro.
So,
you already said, Jay Boogie. You know I'm about to put my man to work. You already know it, right?
Say less.
Jay Boogie. You know I'm about to work. I'm about to work Stafford Don to death, bro.
Yes. Because he got people too that, you know what I'm saying, that follow him, that probably want to know where he at. That he can get to him.
Yeah, man.
So big respect and much respect, fellas. Be safe. God is love.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hey, Jay Boogie, you mind if I play your track, man, so we can get out of here?
Man, go ahead, turn it up, man. Salute. Recap with S's, man. That podcast is made for all the guys that be engineering, not for me. I'm just giving homage to them guys. When y'all don't want to put the thumbs up, I'll put a song up, man. For real.
Bam. Let's get it.
There you go.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna play the joint by wow, Jay Boogie. Listen to what I'm about to say. This is crazy.
Yes, sir.
This is a Blorange Tears feature by internet sensation Jay Boogie.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's crazy, bro. Y'all check this out.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting.
That's right.
On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting.
Right.
Share my dreams with you, mean I'm podcasting. You can see my vision through the podcasting. But don't forget Jay Boogie when I'm broadcasting. I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sims was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezy got them Blorange tears. Closest thing to the Reverend means I'm the deacon. Call up G-Mo just so he can talk the Legion. I'm squeezing, get my young ones to overstand. Some more advice, Ron Cleveland, Mr. Man. I guess y'all know I'm just podcasting, right? Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting.
That's right.
On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting.
Right.
Share my dreams with you, mean I'm podcasting.
What?
You can see my vision through the podcasting. But don't forget J Boogie when I'm broadcasting. I'm podcasting, he's broadcasting. I know some haters and doubters, they wanna take the shine. Call up JL, he said, do it in a nick of time. I feel you young when the car drive, they wanna ride. If you ain't Keys, we don't share the same sports vibe. We different, in other words, we ain't alike. My young head Hadouken, he a nick at night. No sleeping, we YouTubing through the daylight. That's what it is when you live inside that Nick life. That Nick life, that Nick life. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting.
That's right.
On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting.
Right.
Share my dreams with you, mean I'm podcasting.
What?
You can see my vision through the podcasting. But don't forget J Boogie when I'm broadcasting. I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. My man CP said let's Nick fan the TV. From the podcast back to the MSG, the network, we breaking news here every day. Run the intro, that's CK, the 2K, the bills paid. Stephen Fox, he got a dog walk. We'll tell JD we need that new sport talk. I don't care about the Sixers if they falling off. I'm at the rim left-handed like John Starks. John Starks, what? John Starks. Shout out to all the podcasters doing their thing. If you listen and represent a podcast, hit the like button and smash them up. You know what I'm saying? They working hard for you and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the First Lady, Miss Stephanie. Shout out to Ian Begley. Shout out to J Mac. Shout out to my man Tone Wu. Shout out to my man for the love of the game. And shout out for the pause and radio. And a special shout out to my man Entertainer, you know what I'm saying? Rocking them New York Giants. It is football season. I can't forget him, man. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody. Protect yourself, love yourself, you know what I'm saying? 3 capital S, salute, 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 man. Peace.